There aren't many of you, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to this week's meeting of Essex Business Forum. I'm your meeting chairman, and will take you through the agenda. There are 17 of us here today, but there are really 18 because Ben is here. So everybody say good morning, Ben.
Good morning, Ben.
Right. Let me start as always with the leadership team who support me in this meeting. Could they be upstanding and introduce themselves?
Thank you.
Stand up, Ben.
Come on, stand up.
Start over there and we finish with Ben. Well, yeah, this, who are you?
Membership committee.
What's your job?
I said it.
Good morning. I'm Brian, Social Secretary. Hello, Ben.
Morning, everybody. Sarah, your membership and recruitment. Go back to bed, Ben. Go back to bed.
Good morning, Ben. Scott, meeting secretary and some hosts.
And finally,
Morning, I'm Ben, all the way to Street, education coordinator.
thank you very much all. Ben, you can be seated now, as with the rest of you. Okay, let's get the meeting underway. First of all, we have the performance league, and we have Scott.
Well, we have closed down March and moved into April. So I can award the winner for Performance League for March. But I did tell you what the points were last week, and if you can remember then, it probably isn't any surprise as to what the winning positions are. But Mike Hickson, Nick Cook, John Hammer, Melissa Jackson, Stuart Smallcombe, Fran, Tina, Ben, Jane, Terry Vincent, Paul, Leanne, Brian, Toby, and then me, and then Aidan, and then Matt. All of those members have passed that benchmark for the month, so well done if your name was read out. If it wasn't, you were close-ish. So most of the members done fairly well, but it was a bumper month. Third place, as I say, 334 points for me. 380, which would normally handsomely won a regular month, unlucky Aidan, but Matt was 440 points in the lead, so that's a very good job. I'll just pass this to my right. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Right, the education presentation. You needn't have sat down. It's Scott.
Well, good morning again. It's Scott. I thought I'd take the opportunity just to remind you all that you have an EBF member profile page. What? Some of you say, yeah, I haven't looked at that for years. Yes, correct. So there are one or two new members, you know who you are. I still need a photograph for. Fran, thank you for your info that you recently sent. That's now on. But do please take a moment, set yourself a task and just look at your member profile page. Pretend for a moment that you have just visited EBF for the first time and this is the first opportunity that someone gets to look at how your business is represented. What does it say about you? Does it describe who you are, what you do, who you do it for, etc.? Many of you have a one-line or one short paragraph description of your business, when clearly your business is much more than a short sentence. It's at the very least the sort of thing you say in your 60 seconds each week. So think about, what's your generic 60 seconds? Write it down, email it over, and I can copy and paste it to your profile page. Have you, has your profile page got your logo on it? If not, send it to me and I can update it. If you want some extra special treatment done, then perhaps twist my arm and I can spend half an hour and we can sex it up and make it look really nice. But just check that you're, You've seen that picture of you that I've put on your current website, right? Yeah. But we can make sure your social media links work. Make sure that I've got the right phone number on there for you. Pretend that you're a customer and fill out the contact form on there and send yourself a message. And get it updated and improved because it's a busy website actually. And for many of you members, the members page drives lots of traffic to you and onto your website. So that's the EdScot. Take a moment please, review your page. I will regret this because inevitably those of you will hopefully be contacting me because can you change this, can you add that? But please do that because you're missing out if you don't.
My photo was taken 20 years ago and I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah, I would suggest you keep the doing program. Good stuff, thank you.
Thank you. Right, Terry wasn't here last week, so I'm sure he's stored up lots of membership matters for us. Okay, right. That means I've got to stand up again. Because I'm going to introduce the 6th round. Before I do so, I will hand round the business card box. Now, there's various people missing from that. Tina did a little survey this morning, and she will be contacting those of you who aren't represented. Could you make sure when you come next time, you bring sufficient cards to put in there, so that we have a full set at the very least for when people come as visitors and take cards. Right, so with that in mind, I'll also send around a little plastic bucket for you to stick your referrals and the monies in. And that leads us straight into the 60-second round, your chance to highlight your business in 60 seconds. It's a particular 60-second day today because, as threatened last week, not only will the Oscar be awarded, and Terry's doing that, not only will that happen, but also there is a prize for the person who gets closest to or on 60 seconds, but not more. And if you do, you will get the same points as if you'd won the Oscar. Or won the Oscar.
No 10-second warning.
But no 10-second warning. You've been warned. Right. Right, so Terry is standing in for Ben as awarding the Oscar. He will go first and then award the Oscar at the end of the round. He will be followed by John Freeman. Terry.
Yeah, thanks, David. Good morning again, everybody. Terry Rowling from TM Law. So it's the 6th of April today, and today we're going to do rises coming for the national living wage and the minimum wage. I'm sure none of you here pay the national living wage or minimum wage to your employees, but if you know anyone who does, the rates have changed as of today. Haven't gone up massively, £10.42 for the national living wage, £10.18 for under 23s, and so on down the scale. So please bear that in mind. If you know anybody who this has got employees, let them know, just remind them. If they're not sure of the rates, contact other Bureau. The second thing that's changed today, the Vento ban for discrimination. It's a measure of how much you get for discrimination. That's increased today, quite a lot actually. So if you've got any employees, don't discriminate against them, please. If you know anyone who's got employees who's thinking about or might discriminate against them, please encourage them not to. I've got the new rates here. Given either my or agent details, we'll be delighted to talk to them. Terry Rowling, TM Law, thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Very good.
You know, I sat
59.75.
contemplating 60 seconds. I was going to do that, but I didn't, just as well. Perfect coordination by whatever it is. Right.
Good morning everyone, Fran here from HS Estate Agents based out of our station. Today I want to talk to you about if you're thinking of selling your property, this is a really great time of the year. Your garden will start coming in looking beautiful next month, May, June. So even if you just want to get numbers, it's a starting point and valuation. We can help with preparing your house to get ready to the market. So if you've got any friends or family that are thinking of moving, now is the time to start thinking about your house, clearing it out and getting it ready for photographs, getting it ready, just start doing homework. So if you've got any friends or family, please give me a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. Mike Skinner is next, followed by Toby.
I thought we've been missing Paul Deleuze for a little while and some of his poems, so I
I'm going to do a poem this week. Let me tell you a little tale about a website that did fail. It lacked in videos and in pics, and as a result it took some hits. The text was long and oh so bland, no visuals to even show the brand. Visitors clicked away in haste, the site was left with such distaste. But then a change was made, you see. They added video and photography. The site became a visual treat with every click, it was hard to beat. The videos were informative and fun, they showed the products one by one. The photography was sharp and clear and it made the products look so dear. The visitors now flocked en masse to this website that had so much class. They stayed a while, they clicked around, the site had them fully spellbound. So if you have a website, my friends, make sure the visuals never end. Videos and good photography will make your site a true victory. So don't let your site look like an encyclopedia. Come see me at Blackwater Media.
6:05.
Very good.
Right, thank you very much, Mike. Toby, you're next, followed by Brian.
So you'll recall that a couple of months ago I went to see the ABBA concert and I put together 60 seconds full of ABBA songs. I did something similar when I went to the Back to the Future musical. This week I went to see Elton John in concert after it had been postponed for 2.5 years. And I was trying to put something businessy together for 60 seconds based on Elton John songs. So, are you ready? Are you ready for this? But I actually struggled to get it to work, to be honest, and I do apologise, but sorry seems to be the hardest word. I was determined, I said to myself, I won't let the sun go down on me before I put something together. But to be fair, I did end up staying up quite late. Don't worry, it's no sacrifice at all. So I did struggle to get up this morning. I didn't really feel like coming here, but I guess that's why they call it the blues. But hey, Hakuna Matata, no worries. How am I doing on time? I'm still standing. You've got a cold, cold heart. Don't ring the bell again. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart.
I couldn't do a high.
It worked. The bitch is back.
1 minute.
Thank you. For once it wasn't staccato and you aren't Rocket Man, are you? Right, Brian, you are followed by Mike Rogers.
Good morning, Brian, Benjamin therapist, pilgrim, therapy. Just a normal week this week. Lady who would go travel miles out of her way in her car to avoid a roundabout. Then there was the man who been promoted. He has to give inspirational talks to the staff, he's petrified. And a man who's on 40 cigarettes a day, and he said, if you stop me smoking, apart from your fear, I'll give you a bottle of scotch. Well, I can taste it all. Now, when those three go, and they'll be going very shortly, it's going to leave a gap. Now, I'm looking to you good people to find similar people for me who can fill that gap. Thank you very much in anticipation. That's Brian Paget, therapist, pilgrim therapy. Help is just a phone call away. I forgot to bring my stopwatch.
Thank you, Brian. When you stop, like, it's not how long you're on your feet, is it, Vince? It's when you stop your 60 seconds that you count up to, yes.
Yes then.
Excellent, thank you very much, I hope that's clear. Mike Rogers is next, and he's followed by Nick.
Morning everybody, my name's Mike Rogers. I'm a mortgage broker from the Mortgage Store and I arrange mortgages for people. I haven't got a website, so I've had a new brochure printed that tells you everything you need to know about what I do. I'll pass it round that way. If anybody has any questions, please talk to me after the meeting.
Pass 15 seconds.
Thanks. Thanks, Mike. Nick, you're next and you're followed by Leanne.
Good morning, my name's Nick. I'm a structural engineer. As you know, I spend a lot of my time looking at houses, as I've mentioned in numerous 60 seconds. It may be that somebody wants to buy a house and they want to be sure it's a good structural condition before they go too far down the buying process. Maybe they own a house and they want to alter it. Maybe they want to build an extension or a loft conversion. It might be something really simple, like take the wall down. So I can advise them on how best they should go about doing any of these little projects. So if you know anyone who's buying a house, anyone who owns a house and they want to do something with it, give them my number, I'll be very happy to chat with them. And to use that old tagline that I haven't used for such a long time, that's Nick Cook and Associates. For that structural approach for your structural approach. Does anyone use taglines anymore? Yeah. Oh, you do, I think.
Thank you, Nick. Leanne, you're followed by Vincent.
Good morning everyone, as you all know I'm the interior designer in the group and I want to help people create a stylish and comfortable home. I was discussing with Fran this morning about the time it takes to find things for your home, and people do not have. It does take a long time to use the lights and curtains and everything. I know, I'm trying to do it for my house and my dining room was finished a month ago and I've still not got curtains or lights. But this is where I can come in and help you and help the client. I can do the searching, I can put it all together, and I can save you time, maybe even money if I get discounts. I do normally pass on trade discounts to you. So if you know anyone that wants to update their home or is looking for something, please put them in touch with me and I'll be helping. That's the end of Dr. Material.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Vincent, you're followed by the third Marnie Hicks.
Morning everyone, I've been networking for over 22 years and I've used a lot of memory books. Here are a few I've used. Vince Prints. I like that. Yes. When you need print and you're on the run, call 518-6131. Let Speed Print put the colour back in your cheeks. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, give me a call when you need a printer. Speed Print, the only printing company that gives you a Vince. Speed Print, we're ink-readable. I love business cards, let me share my love with you. Remember, we're Speed Print, not snail print. Speed Print, we do exactly what it says on the tin. Printing, P-R-I-N-T-I-N-G, professional, reliable inking, notably trading in Gants Hill. But I still like the old favourite. Speed Print, you think it, we ink it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vince. Mike, you're next, followed by Rosemary.
Morning everyone, Mike Hickson from LSA Systems, based in Billericay. I'm the group's friendly IT service provider. I have customers across London and the South East, but geographically, my customer furthest away has an office in Newcastle. This is a manufacturer of door entry systems, and the customer closest to my office is based in Billericay and is a manufacturer of specialist water containment liners used for everything from your garden pond through to an enormous man-made reservoir used for emergency aid. My largest customer is a TV media organisation, and my smallest customer is a double glazing manufacturer in the South End that spends £28.50 a year on the website domain. We tend not to deal with the public because the products we supply are commercial grade and as such come at a commercial price, quite a bit higher than standard retail products. So large or small, local or national, we have a solution. If you have contacts with a need, click that description, send it to me. That's Mike from LSA Systems.
Thanks, Mike. You were close. Rosemary, you're followed by Tim. No, you're not. You're
Good
followed by
morning
Jen.
everyone, I'm Rosemary, your travel counsellor, offering you a bespoke personal service that you won't find on the high street or online. My aim is to make everyone's holiday, work trips, etc. stress-free. I will find that dream trip without costing you any more money. Been a busy week, with lots of new inquiries, now we see a glimpse of sunshine. It really makes you think of dipping your toes in the sand or maybe venturing into a wonderful city you're always meant to visit. I booked a lovely family off to Cyprus, a couple to Lake Garda, and another group on a small sailing boat to Costa Rica. What an experience that would be. Please do email me or to find you the perfect getaway and mention me to your friends, family and work colleagues, please, because I work on just referrals, not advertising. So you all work hard, so why not travel harder? Great deal this week to Thailand to experience a gorgeous beach with access to the madness of Patong. Then off to Elephant Hills for a great experience, all on offer for just £2,049 each. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosemary. Jane, you are next, and you're followed by Scott.
Hello everybody, Jane Mannion here from the English Cream Tea Company. Now I brought along some miniatures today, vodkas and gins and all sorts, because this company was based in Essex, so we have an Essex hamper and we bought them to go in that, because I feel strongly about Essex. Essex girl, no cortina, no ankle bracelet, but nevertheless the real thing. And they moved to Hertfordshire, so we're no longer going to put them in our Essex hamper by reason of. And in fact, in 2 weeks' time, we've got a gin making company from Dunmow coming, and they don't only make it there, they source or grow all their botanicals there too. So it will be be a truly Essex gin. So we'll see how that goes. So they're going for a bargain of a £5 each. You can have one or all, but this is why they're here. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just no longer in Essex. So it's Auntie Jane from the English Cream Tea Company helping you to get tipsy over Easter. I thank you.
Thank you, Scott, you're followed by Tina.
Well, good morning. I thought I'd go up against the clock and just put some basic statistics and numbers and a few facts around my business today. We look after clients large and small, 1 or 2 big multinational brands, but most of my business are small, local businesses. We use WordPress for everything that we do. WordPress is 20 years old now, this month. I've been using WordPress 15 or 16 years of that 20. I reckon I've built about 400 websites for that. I'm currently looking after about 200 of those still. Some of them move on, as you can imagine. 43% of the entire internet is made with the WordPress product. So clearly it's the smart, savvy, sensible choice for people in business that want to do stuff properly. Anything internet, that's what we will do. Design, build, optimise, etc. So Scott from SEO, making the web work.
You're not allowed to use your stopwatch.
Oh no!
Disqualified.
Nice. Nice to see the ingenuity of everybody, but the only comment I'd make at this stage is that we've hardly gone over the 60 seconds in sharp contrast to last week.
Yes.
So well done, everybody. Tina, keep up the good work.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Tina. My company is called Liberty Executive Services. I offer a secretarial and admin service. Either in your office I can support you, or from my office from home. So this week I'm hoping you can be able to help me either for someone that, or people that are wanting to go away, but they're having problems in getting all their work up to date because they want to come back with a clean slate on their desks, all nice and tidy. So that's me. If you can know anybody that needs an extra pair of hands, I'll be happy to help them. So it's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. A lot of nice try from start to finish.
Thank you very much, Tina. I didn't let on, but it's me next, and I'm followed by Paul. England's Squire from TM Law. My theme this year is the 3 ages of man. First, you're married, children come along, and as well as making sure your estate is left to who you want it to be left to, perhaps more importantly, make sure your children are looked after if you were to die suddenly. Make a will. Second age of man, you're getting older, and you become acutely aware that you can lose mental capacity, not only with old age, but by a sudden tragic accident. Make an LPA. And finally, your executors need to make sure your will is acted on. Probate services we offer will do all that. That's Aidan Squire from TM Law. And Paul is next. Oh, I'm not going to forget Ben. Ben will get a chance after Paul. Paul.
Good morning. Paul Booth from Birmingham, Chartered Certified Accountant based in Redmond. Happy New Year. Start the new tax year today. We've already completed 5 tax returns in preparation. We couldn't submit them until today. We've still got another 395 left. But today I'm looking for new tax return clients, either higher paid employees who need a tax return, buy-to-lets, company directors, sole traders, etc. We've also got a room available at the Hermitage, which has just become empty as of 31st of March. So if you know anyone who needs some office space in the centre of Brentwood, please put them my way. That's Paul Booth from Booth & Co. Nice tax.
Thank you, Paul. Last but by no means least, virtual if nothing else, Ben, give us 60 seconds.
Morning guys, Ben Gilding from Newton's Warehouse. Now, even though I'm opening streets, I was spoken to a young mum yesterday, so what would you do with an extra £1,000? Because by simply swapping her services to me, saving money on her gas, electricity, home phone, broadband, mobile phone, boiler cover, she is now saving over £1,000 a year, which is going to make a massive, massive difference. difference to her. So this week, I'm still working, but I'm looking for people that want to save money with the UK's cheapest, the UK's most awarded, and the UK's most trusted utility company. Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse.
That's probably virtually the best one we've heard today. Right, Terry, the award of the Oscar.
Yeah, some really good ones, and as I said, it concentrates the mind, doesn't it, when you have to know you've got a deadline. There is always a deadline, which just made it more. So some really good ones. Jamie was very good. She nearly got it, but I hate gin, so we didn't get it. Right?
Got vodka as well.
I don't think that either. Whiskey, I've got maybe you got it. Fran, very good, as always, very punctual. Leanne. It came down a straight choice between Ben and our friend Pite over there. You nearly got it, Ben.
Yep.
But I'm going to have to give it to Mike, I'm afraid. Well done, Mike.
Yes, you'll have to speak in rhyming couplets for the rest of the meeting. Thanks very much. Right, we move on. Next up is the meeting secretary.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I'm going to follow Terry and say, to report.
That's the support I get from the leadership team so far. Well done, chaps. I know somebody won't let me down. Paul wants to would want to tell us about next week's synergy team meeting.
Yep, it's the B2B stroke finance and professions synergy team meeting next Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And it's at 4:20 at George and Greg at Mount Nessing, same time, same place each month. Hope to see you there. I'll send a normal invite and reminder. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. But the one thing I didn't say, and it's been excellent, it's brought a bit of discipline amongst us. Vincent, who's won the 60 seconds?
Well, Mike Skinner was 56.05. Toby was bang on 1 minute, but I see he's got a stopwatch going, so he's not. But Terry without it, yeah, 59.75 seconds for Terry. Your prize is in the car, Terry. I'll give it to you now.
Right, excellent. Thank you very much. Right, let's we move towards the 10-minute presentation. And as such, I have the pleasure in Ben's absence, unless you can read that, I will introduce our speaker. The business name, this is a bit of a giveaway, is Screenprint. His position in the company is facing west. The nature of the business is printing, and the business location areas covered is Gants Hill Village and all of the UK. Right, he's answered some of the questions. The embarrassing moment that happened to me, boarding a cruise and standing with my family in front of a roller banner for a photo, I leant back against the banner, expecting it to be against a wall, but it wasn't. And I did a Del Boy and fell straight through it, taking my family with me. That's what I call it. So thank you for that. Something that winds me up. People that start a sentence with so. Noisy motorbikes and the public vote at Eurovision. On the base I never watched the bloody thing, I wouldn't really know what that was, but there we go, something that makes me laugh. People falling over, tripping or walking into a tree, and I'm a firm fan of Schadenfreude. My type of music is, a mad idea that I love. I'd like to see Olympic swimming pools the same shape as the athletics running track. You just keep swimming round the track for 400 metres. Right. I think we'd better hear from him. Given all of that, welcome. Vincent.
I'm Vincent from Speedprint, and this morning's 10 minutes will be about the political stigma. I need my glass. The political stigma surrounding the rise and fall of the Taiwanese ink manufacturing industry in the 1950s. It is really, really interesting. But before that, I'm going to give you a brief history of printing, which I call a brief history of printing. Now, printing was invented by the Chinese in 800 BC on a Tuesday afternoon. Oh, yes, Paul, sorry.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
You ask a question.
Now, you've been doing printing for many years. 20 years at least, 30 years, 40 years maybe.
Probably.
What's your motivation?
I still get, thank you for the question, and interrupting me. I still get a buzz from giving people the finished printed product. The only thing that I don't like particularly is when I get a phone call an hour later from that customer and I'm thinking, oh God, what have I done wrong? Have I printed it incorrectly? But invariably it's them just calling to say how much they love the printing and to thank me for my awesome service. Anyway, back to the history of printing. Now, William Caxton founded the...
Sorry.
What now?
What changes have you seen in printing over the years?
Well, it's funny you should ask that. Because I think it's the main transformation is the transformation to CMYK 4-color printing from the old-fashioned way of doing it, which is you wash the printing machine down, you print the black, you wash it down again, put the red ink in, and you print the second colour. I mean, that's very laborious, just for 2 colours. Can you imagine what it would be like for full colour? So now, of course, it's all done digitally. I mean, I'm not a machine minder, as you can see from my fingernails, but I enjoy telling other printers what to do. Another major change is the way we communicate with each other these days. Sending files and information across these days is just very, very quick and easy. But back in the day, we used to use motorcycle couriers. We used to take a proof right across the other side of London to be approved for printing. Sometimes if there were still mistakes, the motorcycle courier would come back and we'd send them off again. There was no other way of doing it. Except when the fax machines came in the late 80s, we had a fax machine and we called it the Speedprint International Fax Bureau. But as soon as it started to become obsolete, I smashed it to pieces with a hammer. It was a very satisfying moment. My dad once did that with a colour photocopier out in the street. So you can see where I get my destructive tendencies from. Now, where was I? Yes, back to the Joseph Gutenberg, the father.
Sorry. How did you manage to keep going during lockdown?
That's a very good question. During lockdown, there was a huge dip in business. Did anyone else notice that at all? Well, I felt I had to do something to bring in some revenue. So I got the idea to research a whole catalogue of social distancing products for businesses that were preparing to return back to work. I found acrylic desk screens and workstation dividers, which I call splutter guards. I then sourced a supplier who made bespoke wall-mounted hand sanitising stations with the logo printed on it, and they went very well. I also started offering pull-up roller banners that made of clear PVC, so you could put them in between the barbershop with the logo printed on the top. Social distancing posters, circular floor stickers, that sort of thing. And I then sent out a strategically worded email to my customers. And the response was very good because I've got a lot of customers on my database, but I sent each email individually, addressed to them with their name on it, something personal that I know about them, like how's Wolfie getting on? Assuming they had a dog, could be his wife. I had nothing else to do, so even though it took me a couple of days, I think it was worth it for that personal touch. So I had a friend of mine who manages a Specsavers shop in Colchester, and he was looking for a product to put in between each of the consulting booths. So I printed him 5 clear PVC roller banners with the Specsavers logo on the top, and he put that out on his Specsavers Managers WhatsApp group. We put it out on there, and within days I did nearly every single Specsavers branch in Essex all had these pull-up roller banners, so that was good for a while. And then I got inundated with orders from barber shops, hair salons, beauty salons, etc. As you know, returning back to work was staggered, wasn't it? So when they were like weeks away from being able to open again, all those social distancing products I did for them as well. Yeah. So anyway, that's the history of printing. Now, William Caxton printed the...
What would you say your business best achievement was in business?
That's a very good question. Thank you for interrupting me again. Honestly. About 10 years ago, I found a gap in the market and I became a specialist in printed order of service booklets for funerals and memorial services. I set up a website, a dedicated website, funeralbooklets.co.uk, and I also invested in a German-made desktop booklet maker which enables us to get the booklets finished very, very quickly. Nice little sturdy machine. You can come and look at it. I'm happy to show you my desktop maker. It's very nice. Very German. Yeah, so he printed, William Caxton printed the...
Sorry, there's a second part to that question.
The King James Bible. Oh, sorry, yeah, what?
Have you got any regrets in business?
Yeah, I'm regretting this 10 minutes. A few years ago, I took it upon myself to pay a few visits up to town to where all the barristers' chambers are in Lincoln's Inn, Gray's Inn, and Temple Bar. Very good. I popped into every single one of them, introduced myself, gave them a nice flyer, and I actually picked up 4 very, very large barristers' chambers as a result of that. They all have lots of business cards, and they have beautiful brochures done for their conferences. There's lots of work there, and I'm really, really proud of myself. But the main regret is, the day after the Queen died, I got inundated with all 4 of those barristers' chambers, all needing to change all their barristers' names from QC, Queen's Counsel, to KC. If you think about it, that had never really been done before, because the last time that would have happened was when George VI died, and that's 75 years ago. So it was amazing. And they all got at least 60 barristers on their cards, so that was happy days for a little while. But my main regret was that I didn't actually think of emailing all the barristers' chambers that I've got the database of to sort of say I can do this really quickly for you. By the time I'd done it, about a week later, it was too late. I missed the boat, so I do kick myself for that. Yeah. So the King James Bible that William Caxton printed in Westminster.
What would be an ideal referral for them, would you say?
I'm glad you asked me that. An introduction to beauty and hair salons, nail bars, dental practices, barristers' chambers, of course, funeral directors, and independent estate agents. That's what anyone really that needs printing. If you know of any businesses that are starting up, they will need business cards, perhaps invoice books, letterheads, roller banners, signage. So that would be a good referral from me. Anyone that needs print. You happy with that? Yeah. Good. Right, so William Caxton was before Joseph Gutenberg.
I've just got 17 more questions.
17 more. Right.
How do you spend your spare time given you're so busy?
Funny enough, I knew you were going to ask me that. I live on the edge of Epping Forest, and I love going for a run around the forest on a Sunday morning. It's absolutely glorious. No headphones, just me and my heavy breathing and occasional wheezing. And I also like walking my dog Schnitzel in the forest as well. Fantastic. But once I was running in a particularly secluded part of the forest. It was very quiet. It was just me there. As I was running, I could hear a rustle coming from the trees. Not Russell Grant. There was a rustle coming from the trees, and I stopped running, and in 15 or 20, it could have been 100. Let's say 500 deer. 500 deer came rushing towards me and disappeared into the undergrowth. It was a really magical moment for me. No one else saw it. I was just the only one witnessing that. What was your question again?
Spare time.
Oh yeah. In August 2020, I was sitting at my computer, wondering what to do with myself, and I thought, I know, I'm going to start a Speed Print Facebook group. So I went through a process of creating it. I put a few old photos of Gants Hill on, because I do collect old photos of Gants Hill. And I invited a few friends. And that evening when I got home, my Facebook was buzzing constantly from people wanting to join, because I had to approve everyone. I don't want any riffraff in the group, you know what I mean? So by the time I went to bed that night, there was 1,000 members.
Wow.
And there's now nearly 7,000, just over 7,400 members of this group, which I run very carefully. I don't let any rubbish, no advertising, no promotional posts. It's got nothing to do with Gants Hill, it won't get approved. Yeah, so I think it's what people wanted at that time, because everyone else was on lockdown. It just arrived at the right moment for people to start reminiscing about their experiences growing up or living in Gants Hill. So on the back of that, I also decided last year to write a book on Gants Hill, actually, that had never been done before. There's plenty of books on Ilford with this sort of thing, photographic history of Ilford. There's plenty of Ilford that got the odd picture of Gants Hill Roundabout. It's the first book of its kind to be printed. I'm very proud of that. That's actually, it's all printed, but it's not due out until 4th of May. But you can pre-order it on Amazon.
Who printed it?
Oh, yes, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking questions. It's not all about you. I pitched the idea to the History Press, who specialise in this sort of thing, and they jumped at the idea. They said, yes, we'll take that up, we'll do that for you. I think the fact that there's the large Facebook group with 7,500 members, I think that might sway their decision, and also the fact that I wrote it in conjunction with Jeff Page, who's the president of the Ilford Historical Society. So yeah, that was good gravitas. Yeah, so I'm standing by in case Steven Spielberg offers me the film rights. Ganshill the movie. What have I written here? Coming to a theatre near you. The Mayor of Ganshill Village stars in Ganshill the movie. That's it. What's the time? I'm done. Let's do the running.
I have got a question. William Caxton, what was it? The James What's It Bible that he printed first?
It was the King James Bible.
King James Bible.
Yeah, but I think Joseph Gutenberg actually got it a little bit before him. It was happening at the same time. I think William Caxton finished his book on the Wednesday, and I think Gutenberg came in on the Thursday morning. So it was close. Yeah.
They sell it on Kindle.
Sorry. Yeah, it's on Amazon for pre-order.
Has anybody got any more questions for Vincent, or was that so comprehensive?
It was reading it. No, I have no questions. Paul's asking.
Thank you. Please give my regards to your associates. Why should we do the running?
Yes, yes, yes.
Well done, me.
Right, yes, if you, before you, start the running, the referral and testimonials round, as usual, we will start with Paul and work our way round.
Yeah, well done, Scott, on the US Ops, that, and excellent, unusual presentation. I have a referral for James, which I've emailed him about, and a couple of begging monies for ex-members and John Hammond.
I've got a thank you for the money to Scott. More work from Gabby Miles, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, lovely work. I want to one with Brian and Jane afterwards, a 1-3-1. Fun, isn't it?
You will.
You know about that, don't you, Brian? Okay. And also what I wanted to say was, last Sunday morning, my wife was a bit heavy-handed with the old handle to open the dishwasher. It's integrated, it's all screwed into the thing, you know. And she pulled the handle off and I thought, oh God, what am I going to do with that? So I WhatsApped John, I WhatsApped John a few photos. I said, how can I fix this? Within 2 minutes, my front door had gone, and it was John. He'd been just round the corner at Sainsbury's in London. It's sheer coincidence. He came in, he fixed it, he batted off all my wife's other questions. She wanted the whole house redone.
I've got to go now.
Yeah, it was a quick in and out. He didn't charge me. John, thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Very good.
That's great. Good. Ed Slot, Scott, brilliant 10 minutes. Vince. I have an activity record to Mike, the one we had last week. If you don't mind, introducing you. And there we are. Oh, I've got something to say, but I'll say it later on. Oh, the suspense of things.
Come on, let's all guess what that is. That'll keep us going until the end of the round. Brian.
A real extra 10 minutes. Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. A referral. Come on. Come on.
You do nuts as well, yeah?
It's the only prince that comes with a mug.
So very good. And an excellent one with Toby Loss.
Really? Excellent.
Really excellent, yes. And very good meeting. See you next week.
Yeah, not meeting. Scott, really good Ed Slot.
Well, but if I had an Oscar to give you for Peter the Two Frogs, then you leave there. Fantastic presentation, I thought. And Ben, sterling effort, mate. Well done.
I'm just relieved I didn't get Brian to do it instead.
And a referral, an important bit. I got a referral for Stuart. I had a great meeting yesterday with Colin O'Connor. He says he's regards. And he's looking for a telephone system. So I thought, I know a man who can do that. So we can have a referral to Stuart, which I'll send him.
Well done, Scott, the reminder of the Yeah, it's got, and it's worth doing. It's not like getting for each part of your membership. If your profile needs updating or you haven't got one, just get on to Scotland and do it. Well done. Vince. Very entertaining. Nice. Something different. Hello Ben. Sorry you didn't get the Oscar, but you know, you've got to get up to it earlier.
What?
Go over James Humphreys. Oh no. One for Scotland.
Scott.
And a testimony of Bettina. Fellow Bettina services like anyway, I recommend it 2 weeks after things, make sure everything's sorted out and you've got nice and calm and it's fun. Thank you very much.
Really good 10 minutes, well done. It's just difficult to find something to change it up and make it interesting, so that's really good, well done. Thank you for the money to Howard for some work for his brother-in-law. Thank you also to Nick for an annual renewal. Thank you to Terry for another annual renewal. And to Paul DeLue for an annual renewal. So I love it when those come in. DeLue, welcome.
I can likewise attest from being the other side of the coin how helpful Tina was this week with Terry away. So thanks for that, Tina. Thanks for the money from Mike, your mate down the road.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Why don't you muck around and upload the camera?
He's brought a new dimension to running. There you go. Mike Dixon.
Mike Dixon.
I thought I'd make it clear with his surname because I know there are 2 others in the room. This one is for Scott, and I'll save you the trouble. That's the renewal Sunny Run. And yeah, and Rosemary, thank you for your help in sorting out the current break we're going to have the week after next. And I've got one more for you, which we're going to talk about afterwards. Thank you.
Very well, Vincent Paul. That's really good. I'd like to know more about the history of printing, but we didn't get onto that. Yeah, good credit to Scott. I think well done to Ben for giving up sitting by a pool and drinking for an hour. It's a heroic effort. And Terry videos. The only other thing to add is, I think it's Toby that brought along Nikki from Ballistic Care last week, who I didn't see yesterday, and they seem really good. I've got another appointment with them, so fingers crossed.
Before we go to Mike, Ben, have you got anything to say to the meeting?
Yes. Well done, Vince. That was a great 10 minutes there. Really, really good. I know you helped me out with some order of services in the past. So brilliant 10 minutes. Great head slot from Scott. Really good. Well done to Mike for winning the Oscar. Well deserved, I think. But finally, yeah, Paul, I've passed your details on to the new team member, Tia Watson. So hopefully she'll be in touch. I will change it up when I get back. And Jane, I've got a referral for you. That will go through, I'll put it through when we get back as well. So yeah, great thing, and see you all soon, and I want to get some sun.
Enjoy. Thank you very much, Ben.
That was a brilliant 10, hang on, give me a minute and I'll stand up straight. That was a brilliant 10 minutes, definitely the best one you've done this year. It was really good, excellent. Did I hear you say that Exeter County High School boys got a discount on your Kent Hill book?
Well, you can get it on Amazon, you get a discount.
Really?
There's already discounts there, it hasn't even come out yet.
So,
I'll buy it from me, I'll sign it, and it's $14.99. Thank you.
You've got your cup in now, collect this. Okay. There's nothing on it, just so you want, you're not giving me a discount.
Read what we show, yeah, it's a good meeting, good insight, and yeah, it's a fun 10 minutes, fun to see you last Sunday. It's good, wasn't it, for the missus, she's like, you know, talk about it.
I did warn you that she was going to ask me to do lots of other things as well.
But we're not evasive.
Very evasive.
That's what you, that's how I work, in and out. Quick in and out. I've got a referral for Scott, obviously quite the annual renewal, but also need a bit of help with my phone. It's not very arrangements. And also I've got potential referral for Terry.
Not telly.
No, might be on the telly later.
Telly's alive.
As discussed earlier, Terry. And then finally, another referral.
Tina.
Yeah. She's got a little bit of work for me that I needed to do for me. So, and Fran, if you're free, I don't know if we have a 10 minute shift or one to one.
I'm a bit hooked up.
That's all right. Lovely meeting.
That's a no. Take that as a no.
Qualifies as a quick in and out.
Very fun. 10 minutes.
Wasn't supposed to be funny.
Then the bit when it was instruction you put your hand onto it.
Did
so
I?
you need to
I'm
do
too
that. Regular Scott as well. And thanks for opening the business road this morning. I've got a thank you from Manager Terry. And I'll see you all next week. Well, nice meeting as normal. Really nice words about the education slot. Sometimes the obvious things need to be said. Great.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Because I thought you were going to do, but you substituted your daughter.
Ah, yeah, that's
That
not.
was the idea.
That's the next one.
Nice cut, by the way. I like your cut. That was-
You noticed it?
He said, well,
I didn't want to say it. I've been a bit kind. Yeah, good meeting everyone. See you next week.
Thank you.
Right, good meeting everybody. Scott, I know I'm someone that has got to do my profile. Thank you for reminding me.
One of the men.
Good 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, great meeting, great Ed Scott, and yeah, as everyone said, fantastic 10 minutes, very informative and user-fied now. Thank you.
You're jealous, aren't you, Tony?
I've always been jealous, I think. I'm off to Fran's house for a deep dive after this. And a referral to Mike for Nicky. And also, I think Mike's hair is sort of like a reversal of mine. Strangely enough, I also had an excellent one-to-one with Brian. So,
Really excellent.
excellent one. That's one for Brian. Yeah, see you all next week.
Really good Ed slot. I need to update my photo. I keep forgetting to do that, so thank you for the reminder. Fantastic 10 minutes. Double act was brilliant. Thank
He's
you.
my main stooge.
Oh,
I used him a lot.
So thanks very much. Great meeting. Thank you for the money to Mike Skinner. Thank you.
There you go, Mike.
Thank you all up there again. Thank you to Aidan for the money as well. Thank you.
You learned it quick, aren't you, Rosemary?
Thank you. When my son George was about 10, which was 24 years ago, I said to him in the car, if you could wake up with a superpower tomorrow, George, what would it be? Would you say flying or invisibility? And he said, surprisingly, perfect timing. And I think you guys had perfect timing. That was a really good 10 minutes. So well done. And also, thanks for the reminder, Scott. I've written down, I'll be plaguing you later. Well done. Thank you for Rosemary. Looking forward to the one-to-one with Brian. And looking forward to the one-to-one with Alison.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Very good meeting. Thanks, Ben. Nice to see you there, darling.
Right. John, come and draw a lovely prize for whoever wins.
It's a matter.
To from?
From?
Mike Skinner.
Oh, my.
There you go.
Right, so we're waiting for bated breath. What is it going to be?
Oh, Pete.
Who doesn't like a real poke?
That's where fortune is. It's a real.
Enjoy it very much.
Vince, for your various efforts over the last quarter of an hour. Right, as always, as we approach the end of the meeting thrown open to anybody with any announcements that they want to make. Paul?
Yeah, Vincent and I are available for any funerals, mixers. Normal price £400, special price for EDF members £500.
And funerals.
Right.
For those that haven't seen on the chat, Matt sends an apology, so he didn't set his alarm. In his words, someone didn't set his alarm.
Good words.
All of those with an alarm setter that isn't you, put your hands up. No.
No, I just wanted to give Neil Wellham a heads up. He provided the catering for my granddaughter, the event after my granddaughter's baptism on Sunday. The food was exquisite. The attention to detail was second to none. He provided everything, not just the food, but the glasses, the plates, and knives and forks. He cleared it all up afterwards, and he took it all away with him. It just took a lot of pressure off me and the missus. And he seems to be recovering. He was very active, and he's getting there. So he's the man for catering. I can thoroughly recommend him.
Yeah, good. Thank you for that, Nick. Hopefully we'll have you back in on this fairly shortly. Anybody else? No. Okay.
Just to let you know, I've got 2 visitors confirmed for next week. There will also be a third one. Because I went to a networking thing last week and picked up the old Essex Business Forum, and they both said they want to come.
Well done.
Excellent. I think a round of applause for that one. The true plaudits will be next week. And if they all turn up, we'll get them to join. Thank you very much. As there's nobody else with anything else, no? Then we'll call it a day. I'm not sending you out into the sunshine, but we're not far from Easter. I hope you all have an excellent Easter break, and we'll see you back here this time next week.